Good morning and welcome to Beckhoff Automation Malaysia. I'm Mary.
I'm Fairuz. Thank you for taking your time to join us on this lovely morning.
We have a great program lined up for you which we know you'll enjoy. We have presentations from our colleagues in Germany, the United States, locally in Malaysia, and we've even got a lucky draw at the end of the program, so don't go away.
Without further ado, let's begin.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining our Beckhoff Malaysia IIoT Digital Symposium 2020. So my name is Yen Hong. I'm basically the country sales manager for Malaysia and Brunei. Together with me on my left hand side is my colleague, Mr. Fairuz.
I mainly on the motion product for Beckhoff Automation Malaysia.
So according to this last year's statistic, actually Beckhoff have about 903 million euro revenue. So we basically have 4 product pillars under our product category. We have basically the controller, the software, we call it as TwinCat. We have the I/O and also the motion. So as you see from the second board here, we have basically mentioning about the TwinCat, our real-time programming software. So Fairuz, maybe you want to give the audience a little bit heads up about the software.
Regarding the TwinCat, what we call TwinCat actually for the TwinCat meaning actually the window control and automation technology. This become a TwinCat. So TwinCat actually is a real-time software, definitely, and is able to use standard language, IEC 61131-3 language.
But moreover, one of the the unique points about the TwinCat 3 is the high level capability. Elaborate more on this.
Oh yes, because TwinCat is based on the Visual Studio platform. Definitely we able to have integration with C or C# programming, and also we able to communicate or integrate with LabVIEW, Simulink, and also MATLAB. And in terms of motion, we able to control all the motion feature or motion control in one platform from the NC-PTP, NCI, CNC, kinematic, and up to the robotic.
Up to the medium level and also the high level, as you can see. So most of these control design, they come with a very compact design, as you can see here, and this provide the modularity to the user that you can expand the signal easily to the right hand side.
Yes, I think it's up to 255 device
in a single row.
Single row.
So in this 255 possibility of the integration, you can have not only the normal card, as you can see, moving to the third board here, you can see is we can also handshake with some of the industrial protocol like device net, Profibus, and Ethernet IP. Yeah, if Fairuz, if we have a closer look at the hardware interfaces, you were able to see on board there are 2 Ethernet port, 4 USB, and also a DVI port. So all this peripheral is ready to link with monitor to show the dashboard. USB is for data exchange and even to transfer data. So all this is actually a fusion of IT function into this small embedded platform.
Beside the IP20 of the terminal digital, so we also have a IP67 and IP69K.
So as you can see from here, this is actually the standard steel I/O module that we are offering, and this is the IP67. Come with 2 different form factor of cabling, as you can see here. This is actually the parent PC, whereby you can have the switches and button embed onto the product. So multi-touch support the features that similar like the handphone, the mobile phone, and of course you can also have just the processor module without the screen. This screen is come with IP65, and for this processor only you can actually link with third-party monitor that do not require IP65 requirement.
Coupler and also link to the I/O card, and also in between also you can slot in any communication card in between, and also
it's actually the new invented 2-in-1. I would say 2-in-1. Basically, you only see one cable here, so it's actually the combination of the communication and power cable into one. Actually, Beckhoff patented this technology. So this is what we call the Ethercat P modules, IP67 Ethercat P modules. Come with a 3.5 inch, depending on the model of the controller. We also support Profibus PCI, PCIe, or even mini PCI interface that can be integrated into our controller. More direct, this hardware interface where you can see we have a different Beckhoff component. You can imagine you have a different plant or system that is located maybe in a different corner of the world. So using Beckhoff controller, and we can use all those protocol to communicate with the cloud.
And then that one is only the first step. And then when your data inside the cloud, the big data inside the cloud, we're able to use a third-party data software, or also Beckhoff also have a TwinCat analytic software. Actually, to gather all the data to do some analytic, then you can show inside your smart device. Actually have a controller here. We have the smallest controller 66015 IPC linked to the IO card and also for the motor control. So from the IoT TwinCat communicator, I just open it. So from here we can see all live value from this demo. Example, now Yehong is trying to play
this
with
is a temperature probe, right, Fairuz?
Yes, it's a temperature. So from here we can see the temperature is now is fluctuating.
Yeah, important to mention, this device is actually running on the IO link, one of the industrial protocol that is supported in the industry. If I hold the probe so that I can increase the temperature, you can see the real time value changes also being observed inside the mobile phone.
Yes. Beside that, you can change to another form. Maybe you want to monitor the temperature using the graph form. So
yeah, this is actually real-time capturing of the data in the graph format that help the user also to see the value in a different form factor.
Yes, correct. Okay, I change to the manual mode. Then I try to play with the speed.
Yeah.
So I change from 7,000 to 1,000. So later you can see the motor speed will change.
So this is actually changing the speed in real time. Not to forget about the critical element actually interconnecting all these components is what we call the Ethercat industrial protocol. So it's basically the real-time internet protocol that we have invented for communication between the equipment.
Yes. For the Ethercat, actually, if you see from the video, you can see that for the data transmit and receive is on the fly. We call it on the fly. Is
act as an Ethercat master. We have all the Ethercat slave nodes that is auto-tabulated and connected using this is the bus topology, line, and even star topology. This is actually a very exciting part for Fairuz. I think it's your baby, right, Fairuz?
yes, this one is one of the star product for motion in Beckhoff. We call this, in short form, is XTS. Actually, it's an extended transfer system. Actually, this system is combination of the rotary and linear system become one closed loop system. And also here we can see that this system using a magnetic technology to drive all the mover. So for STS, definitely you only need 4 main product on the system. First thing is a IPC, Beckhoff controller with TwinCat 3. Motor module is very modular, and also the length of motor module is only 250 mm. And also we need to have a mover. They move along the system, and also the last one is a track. For the default speed, we are able to run the system up to 4 meters per second. With very high repeatability and absolute move. And also you can have a station in this system. You need to create how many stations that you want, 10 or 5 stations on this system. Definitely for STS application, we are able to do some assembly line, feeding line, filling line,
pick and place,
and also the last one is a packaging. Yes, material handling.
Yeah, moving to our next presenter, we have this, we call the presenter board, that we have the Zone 2 IPC, as you can see from the hardware here. So we also have the Zone 2 embedded controller, and the blue terminal is actually the Zone 0 or Zone 1 IO terminal that we are also offering.
Definitely for this terminal, we don't need to use another third-party IS barrier because it already built inside the terminal.
Yeah. So if we move to behind, we are able to see how this sensor signal is actually being connected. So we have the Zone 2 IPC, and from using the different protocol like Ethercat, Profibus, or even Modbus, we are able to support all these sensors like NAMO, HART. Those are the typical, I think, process protocol that's being used. So we are able to support them directly, right?
Correct.
So if we look into the last panel, we have using a single controller, we can have, as we highlighted earlier, we actually able to support up to 255 terminal. And as you can see here is some of the different functionality of the terminals that we are able to support to, like lighting,
hatchback communication, and also for energy data logging, and also for the facade.
So all this signaling is able to come in a single row, and also we are able to have the this handshaking, especially on the energy side. I think is an extremely important criteria that our controller is able to do the logging of the data directly into our platform.
Yes,
yep.
Definitely.
All right, that's all for the introduction from our lounge area. All right, we'll proceed to our next area.
I'm the customer service manager in Beckhoff Malaysia over here. So basically, customer service center in Malaysia, we are covering the 4 divisions, which is first one, we are doing the service and repair. We provide also the application and product support, and also customer solutions, and we also provide the product training and application training to the customer. Right. So let's talk about the service and repair center in Malaysia.
Okay, let's go.
So over here, we are able to provide the basic spare part exchange and also doing the diagnostics and testing. So usually when we receive the parts return from the customer, so our first level support over here, they were doing the testing to verify the product details with the customer. Then we will proceed with the repair. Okay, then we are able to do only the basic spare part exchange, for example like the PSU, the power supply unit. So if we need to exchange, we are able to do it over here. So for those critical issues, usually we engage with the so-called our product specialist or service center, S1 in Singapore or S0 service center in Singapore. So for those critical issues, for example like the motherboards, okay, then the customer require the root cause report, we will engage with the S1 service center in Singapore or the S0 service center in Singapore. Okay, so let's go to the demo area. So this is our demo area and testing area. So basically we welcome our customer and our partner to come over here. Maybe they can bring the product for doing the testing or doing the proof of concept. And our customer solution engineer also can doing the testing or maybe doing the STS setup and doing the configuration over here. Right. So maybe Fairoz can tell you more about our training centers.
Okay, in terms of training, I will let Mary to brief more on that. Definitely, okay, for the next area that I want to show you guys is on the warehouse. Actually, warehouse have a few functions that for his role is actually for the stock keeping, inventory planning, and also for hardware delivery. So all your actually for the warehouse we have 2 stack of layer, level 1 and level 2. It should be enough to keep the stock on this warehouse. Okay, next I will pass you guys to Mary to give briefing on the level 1 and the level 2 of Beckhoff building.
I hope you enjoyed the tour with Virus and Yan Hong. I'd now like to show you the rest of our facilities, where we have our meeting rooms, training room, as well as staff work area. Let's go! Over here is our training room. We can accommodate up to 12 people comfortably. However, as it is a recovery movement control order, we have to maintain physical distancing. Therefore, we have reduced the size to 5 trainees. The types of trainings that we have here are TwinCAD Basic HMI, TwinCAD Basic PLC Programming, XTS training, and more. If you'd like to know more about what trainings we can provide, do contact us. We are a HRDF certified company and we have certified trainers. Let's move on. This is our XTS room. We also call it our brainstorming room, where we have our internal meetings and brainstorming sessions. As you can see, some of our colleagues are having some meeting here and they are doing some brainstorming. Let's say hi. Hi. Next up, I'd like to take you to our work area where our colleagues are working. By the way, nestled behind these doors, we have a surau for our Muslim colleagues as well as visitors. Here we are, currently set up to maintain social distancing, SOPs. We have 11 people on this floor, and in a normal capacity, we are able to accommodate up to 22 people with more room for growth. And finally, Over here is the office of our Managing Director, Mr. Daniel Tay. And speaking of which, we'd like to end this virtual tour with a few words from him. Over to you, Daniel.
Welcome to Beckhoff Malaysia Industrial IoT Digital Symposium 2020. I'm glad to have you guys again. This year, as the theme said, we are focusing on the database application that form part of the Industrial 4.0. So sit back, relax through the 2 hours of presentation from our specialists from Germany and USA. Next, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Joshua Alexander Rushdie, our Area Sales Manager from Germany. Thank you.